this is the tuning fork. Someone must be holding this tuning fork. So the person or tuning fork, as you can say, is the implied meaning. Someone must be holding, but implied over here is tuning fork moving. So I'm assuming tuning fork to be moving with speed Vs. VSS over here, as you know, we are coming from last few classes. S stands for source, right, dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there is a compression generated, and compression is close to tuning fork. This is the compression. Let us say is marked C1 this. And another compression over here at the position of wall. Now this is wall to you or is screen to you. As wall should not be made to move rationally. So instead of showing wall, we show screen. I'm showing wall over here. Assume it to be screen. Is it okay, dear? As I have made you write, this is a screen to you. So this screen is movable. It is portable. Is it okay? It can move.
Yes.
Now, where is the compression? C naught seen. C naught is seen over here. And as you know, distance between two consecutive being lambda, let me mark them. Two consecutive compressions, lambda, and lambda is nothing but V into tau, where tau is the time period vis-a-vis tuning fork, and V is the speed of wave. Correct? Yeah. We have seen this in the other day class. Right?
Yes.
What is
Yes.
tau? Tau is the time period of tuning fork. And what is V there? V is speed of sound in the medium taken, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good enough. And lambda, as you know, is the wavelength, right? Yeah. Lambda,
Yes.
as we all know, is the wavelength. So these being in I know. Now what I have to do, I have to take an arbitrary time t equal to t. I repeat, I have to take an arbitrary time t equal to t. What is so special about? What is the rider based on which I am to fix my arbitration? My arbitration is being fixed on a rider, and that rider being at this time t equal to t. So I'm presaging it. Try to understand. I'm presaging it. I'm into premonition that there will be some time t equal to t when wall will meet C1. Getting it? So
Yes,
this is
sir.
my premonition, you say, or this is my presage. And what is it? The presage being that there is an arbitrary time, and that is t equal to t. At this time, I'll see wall hitting C1 or C1 hitting wall. Got it, dear?
Yes.
So that is what is based my arbitration. So this is the position of wall or screen as I have taken. At what time? At t equal to t. Of course, screen must have moved. What distance will depend on speed of screen. And I have marked the speed of screen as u. U towards tuning fork. Correct, dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in t time, what distance will be moved by wall? Wall's position being, I'll show you by pink chalk piece. This is wall's position. This is the position at what time? At t equal to 0. Agreement?
Yes, sir.
The position at what time? Or this was the position at what time? T equal to 0. What now? T equal to t. Where it is? Here, right there?
Yes, sir.
And what was it subject to? What was the rider? Based on what did I take t equal to t? So what was the prerequisite? The prerequisite for time being, at that time, C1 must hit wall, right? Yeah, this was the objective. Say me yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So in adherence to the objective, in compliance to the objective, where should be C1 at this time? at the position of wall. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or
Yeah.
no? What it was positioned at, that was what the entire purpose, path for the course. Correct? Yeah. Path for the course being, you should make a hit with wall. What should make hit with wall? C1, correct? Which wall? The wall which isn't stationary, it's rather moving, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, when did C naught hit wall? You'll say C naught did realize it at t equal to 0. C naught actualized it at what time? C naught. Please be careful of the words that I'm using. C naught. C naught did actualize it at what time? At t equal to 0. Agreed or not?
So what is C naught?
C naught is compression. Yeah, come on, Krish. I didn't expect that to ask this
No, sir.
question.
Which one? So which
Come
one is
on.
C naught?
This
Sir,
is
in
C
these two.
naught. This is C1. C naught is C naught was near to screen at what time? At t equal to 0, right, Krish?
Yes, sir.
So C naught did realize hit at what time? C naught did realize hit with what? At what time? Can we say at t equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
After realizing it, what will happen? C naught will retreat. Say me yes or no. C
Yeah.
naught will retreat.
Yeah.
Say me yes or no.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So C naught
It
is
will.
wave. You know, C naught is nothing but representation of wave. So wave will move with what speed? Known to you, gamma p by rho under root. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Gamma doesn't change. Rho doesn't change. P doesn't change. So V will remain the same. Say me yes or no.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So after all being hit, C naught, C naught will move with what speed? Same speed what it was moving with, taking the same denominations. It is now to retract or retreat. Agreed, dear?
Yes, sir.
And what is
Agreed.
the time after of which you are reading this experimentation? You are reading this experimentation after an elapse of time t, right?
E. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
where will you see C naught? C naught will be seen over here. This is the position of C naught. And C naught will be given by V multiplied with T. Check it here. Check it out. Krish, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, dear. Very good. So this is the position of C naught and C1. You all are well aware of that distance between two consecutive compressions is what is marked wavelength, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we are to now mark the wavelength to be, this is the wavelength to us, lambda prime, right?
Yes, sir.
This is the wavelength to
Yes,
us.
yes, yes.
Time. Am I clear? And please take a note of, I am taking both the compressions after they have realized hit with wall, correct? What is screen? After they have realized hit with wall, see for yourself. C1 is realizing now and C0 has already realized it at t equal to 0, correct? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So both the compressions being taken a note of after realizing hit. So lambda prime is what to you? Lambda prime is wavelength of which wave? Incident or reflected?
Reflected.
Reflected
Wave
wave.
reflected.
Krish. Good Krish. Lambda prime is wavelength of reflected wave. Try to relate lambda prime with lambda, all of you. try to relate lambda prime with lambda. I'll come to it. First things first. Can I mark lambda prime as? Look at the schematic diagram. And this is important. As for what you are to do next is to draw the same schematic diagram for case 2. So please be very careful about it, getting it incorporated in one go. What is lambda prime? Can we say lambda prime is Vt minus Ut? Check it.
Yes, sir.
Check it. Can we
Yes, sir.
Vt minus Ut, right, Vedant?
Yes, sir.
Lambda prime is Vt minus Ut, rightly so. And what about lambda? Now I seek from all of you initial position of C naught. And then again I have to show it with the same pink color chalk piece. This is the initial position of C1.
Yes, sir.
See it or not?
So your screen is very
C1.
blurred, sir.
C1. Initial position of C1. Initial means T equal to 0. Yes, Adesh.
Sir, can I just rejoin the class because
Please do.
it's coming very blurred.
C1 is the initial position. Is it okay, all of you?
Yes,
C1
sir.
is what to us? Is the initial position of C1 is this pink one. Is the initial position of C1. Can you say that? The pink one. Correct, yeah?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Initial position, that means position of C1 at T equal to T, correct? Sorry, T equal to 0, not T equal to 0. At T equal to 0, correct?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And where is C1 now? Is here. Where is C1 now? Is here. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What time you saw C1 after what time? After time
Time.
T. Say me yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You saw C1 after what time? After time T. So tell me quickly, what will this distance be? Come on. C1 is moving with what speed known to you? No exception. C1 is moving with same
So
speed.
VST.
V, correct?
So VST.
VT. How come VS, dear? VS is speed of source. VS
Okay,
is
yeah.
not speed of wave. VS is speed of
Okay, yeah.
source.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. VT. VT.
So
VT.
what will it be? It will be VT, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now tell me, what can you say about lambda? Can I say lambda is equal to VT plus
VT
UT?
plus UT. Yeah.
Very good, Vedant. Lambda is equal to VT plus UT. Look at the two equations, class. They are the mood, and you will not be able to see them anywhere. I can vouch for it. We are writing lambda prime and lambda. Lambda prime is Vt minus Ut, and lambda is Vt plus Ut. Yes, let us not get dissuaded of objective. Make no mistakes that you are to find frequency of reflected wave. Correct, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what can we write for it? Frequency is what to us? Frequency is V divided by lambda prime, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Speed
Yes.
remains same. Lambda prime, can be changed to, as you have in your equation 1, V minus U into T. Please make no mistakes. Have no illusions that this T is tau. This T is arbitrary, right there?
Yes, sir.
I told you
Yes.
at
One
top of
second.
the discussion that this is an arbitrary time. So this is an arbitrary T. This is not tau. It is not that you can write 1 by tau frequency mu naught. Correct, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is 1 by t, not 1 by tau. So this being the bone of contention, help me get rid of it. Help me drop it. How can I dispense it? By equation 2.
You can divide 1 and 2.
How can I dispose it? By equation 2, right, Krish?
Yes, sir. You can divide both of them. You will go.
Yes. So what can I do? Just substitution here. Just substitution. V divided by V minus U and substituting for time. What will it get you? Lambda divided by
V minus
V
2
plus
U V plus U.
lambda divided by
V
V plus U, which is to get you V plus U divided by V minus U, and you are all learned to V by lambda will nothing be F naught, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
V is
Yes.
equal to F lambda, right here.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
V is equal to F lambda, right or not, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Do we get
Yes,
frequency
sir.
as V by lambda can be replaced by frequency, thereby getting you equation of reflected wave. This is the frequency of reflected wave. Got Adish?
Yes,
Got
sir.
Adish?
Yes, sir.
Pratyush?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now pushing the envelope further. I'm pushing the envelope further. And now I wish you to get me. What frequency will be heard by the observer who is holding the tuning fork? I repeat, what frequency will be heard by the observer who is holding the tuning fork? Which frequency is displayed on board, class? If I ask you, tell me something on clear air on the frequency displayed on board. So what will you say to this? The frequency displayed on board is the frequency of reflected wave. Correct, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what do we mean by frequency of reflected wave? If I'm standing on earth, if I'm stay put on earth, got it, yeah? Then I will hear this frequency coming from moving wall. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Then I hear this
Yes, sir.
frequency, I will hear this frequency coming from moving wall. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But the source is moving, and the person who is supposed to hold the source should also move, and move with what speed? Vs, correct?
Yes, sir.
So now I'm no more at rest. I'm not stay put on earth. Rather, I am holding the tuning fork and moving towards wall, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And moving towards wall with what speed? Vs. Moving towards wall with what speed? Vs. Got it, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what frequency will I observe, or I will detect, or will register? This was the question, which is question 12 or 13. You will check for verification. Or the answer to this was 12 previously. Now it has been changed to 8, or was 8 previously. Now being changed to 12 in SC Varma. So this is the only question which you get in SC Varma based on moving hillock, moving screen, or moving wall. Now, what frequency will I hear? That is what the question is, just to pause that. So what frequency will I hear? Think about it. Now, the moment you take, please itch it in your brain. The moment you take reflection into consideration. The moment you take movement of wall into consideration, then you will assume that there is a source which is at rest and is reflecting what frequency or permeating what frequency or animating what frequency? This frequency. I repeat, wall is not at rest. Wall is in motion, known to all of you, correct? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But I am dismissive of it. I am taking liberties on it. And what is getting me that confidence to take liberties on it? I am drawing confidence from the motion of wall being already registered in my description on board. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the moment you have taken motion already into consideration, the moment motion of wall is being factored in, you will not overdo. So what can you say? You can say that this frequency is permeated, this frequency is animated by a source which is at rest. Got it, dear? Who is permeating this frequency? What is permeating this frequency? What is animating this frequency? This frequency is permeated by a source which is at rest. Got it, dear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, all is now to do to you a source. What will wall do to you? Wall will do to you a source. Source which is at rest. Got it, dear? Source which is at rest and producing what frequency? This frequency. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
sir.
next, you are rushing towards it. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You are rushing towards a source which is stationary. Say me yes or no?
But the speed will
Yes,
change, no, sir. Won't it be
Oh,
V
yeah.
plus?
So what will you say now? You will say that you will encounter wave fronts at a speed Vs, your speed plus speed of wave, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Remember,
Yeah.
let me write the general formula for you. The general formula being V plus minus V naught divided by V plus minus Vs whole into F naught, right here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes, sir.
V naught over here. What is V naught over here? Speed of observer, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
plus
Yes.
minus you are to pick based on whether the observer is moving towards the source or away from it. Correct? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And it
sir.
is moving towards what will you write? V plus Vs. I'm writing Vs. I've taken Vs over here. Correct? Yeah. Don't confuse
Yes,
with the
sir.
Vs in denominator. Because this Vs in denominator, this Vs in denominator is the speed of source, which to you is now done by wall. Got it?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you will write it as V plus or minus 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And also help me with what will F naught change to? What will mu naught change to? Quickly.
So it'll
Come
be
on.
so V plus Vs by lambda.
No, no, dear. V plus,
Because
yeah.
we-
V plus you. I told you that what is source here. And source is eliminating what frequency? How many times I lost count? Source is wall to you. And wall is reflecting or producing what frequency? This frequency. and you are running towards source now. And that source is what to you? Wall to you. That wall is producing what frequency? This frequency. So what do I write? V plus U divided by V minus U whole into F naught. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
This will be the frequency heard by the person who is holding tuning fork. Read it, all of you. Read this example. Read this theory. See that every part is clear to you. Check it out. See for yourself. Take your time. Please feel free to ask, as you will not get it anywhere. Any hitch, please feel free. Because I am to ask you if you don't have anything to ask. And then I'll go belligerence, complete fire and brimstone if you don't answer. So please pre-barricade. Ask me questions if you have any.
Sir,
So could you explain the V plus minus V naught by V plus minus Vs equation once again?
V plus U, V minus U. Is this that you're
No, sir.
asking?
The one on top. Yeah,
This
that.
one.
No, the above. Yeah.
This is the equation which I studied the other day. You were absent, yeah? You were not present that day, I presume, or you are? Were you?
Sir, I know. I don't think so because I had school.
Not there, so please check video. V plus my, I have uploaded or not? Have I? I'm not sure about it. I'll check if I have not. V plus minus V naught. What is this over here? This is V naught. V naught means velocity of observer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Vs means velocity or speed of source. And
Okay, yeah.
V is speed of wave. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So when you are moving towards source, then frequency should increase. Therefore, you take minus sign. If source is moving towards you, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. We take
Then
plus.
take minus sign. Source moving away, plus sign. You moving towards source, plus sign. You moving away from source, minus sign. Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
You were there, Adesh. You joined late. Were you not? No, you were not.
Sir, 1 second.
You weren't there. You weren't there. You didn't join because the class was taken earlier. That's the reason today I deferred.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So please ensure that you are through video, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Check the channel and you will be getting over there. Check my channel, okay? Look
Yes, sir.
over
Yes,
there
sir.
now. In adherence to it, if you can get it on very superficial aspect, Adesh, I'm assuming you
Yes,
are
sir.
getting it on very shallow aspect, superficial aspect. And on that, I can say that this time Vs will be 0. Why? Because what is source to me? Wall is the source to me. Agree?
Yes, sir. And wall is not moving.
That it is stationary as the motion has already been factored in. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So Vs will be 0 and V naught. V naught means the person who is to observe it. Correct?
Yes, sir.
The person who is to observe this phenomena is holding tuning fork, I have told you, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The person cannot move with speed other than speed of tuning fork, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the person is moving towards the stationary source, correct?
Yes, sir.
So plus sign over here, this will be 0 because the wall is at rest, is what is assumed. And this is the frequency that wall is animating, correct?
Yes,
The
sir. The
frequency
reflected frequency.
of wall, correct? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, good enough. Now all of you, draw a schematic diagram and take it steps as you are learning theory. Draw a schematic diagram for the case when wall is moving away from tuning fork. Draw a schematic diagram for the case when wall is moving away from tuning fork. All of you will share the screen later. Draw first.
So tuning fork is at rest, no sir?
Yes, dear.
The tuning fork is at rest.
Tuning fork is moving as it was moving in this case. It cannot be at rest. But I'll take that motion into account later, Krish. First, you get me as we got over here, frequency of reflected wave. Okay? So there, tuning fork motion doesn't count. First, you get me frequency of reflected wave. That is what I have asked. Draw a schematic diagram and get me frequency of reflected wave. Reflected from where? From a screen. Screen moving in which direction? Away from tuning fork.
So we have to calculate the frequency also.
Yeah, frequency. After schematic diagram, you calculate frequency of reflected wave. Yes, Pratyush. Share your screen.
Yes, sir.
Show me your draw. Schematic
Yes.
drawing.
Can you see?
I can. Just hold on for a while. Explain VT there. What is VT in the second one?
So this one.
Yes. What is that VT?
So distance traveled by this one. The wave.
What is the purpose of T?
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
What is T there to do? No, I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to erase it. You have written Vt, which is indicative of distance traveled by C1 in time t, correct?
Yes, sir.
So why you want to take a time which has got no credibility here? What is that time to indicate? How is that to me a concern? Where it is after time t? It only holds water if it is to get me some uses in my equation. I don't think it will get any uses in your equation. That t is in air taken by. That
Yes.
is not serving any purpose to me. It doesn't stand sense to me. Please try to instill sense. Tell me, dear, what is the purpose of that T? Or what is the purpose of VT?
Sir.
When I took T, I associated a purpose to it, correct?
Yes, sir. Actually, I
What
meant.
was the purpose associated? Adish, share your screen. Please
Yes, sir.
share your screen.
Sir, can you see?
Yeah. Either take a click, share your screen, or show me with your video on. Yes,
Sir,
Adish.
can you see?
No, I'm not
Sir, I'm
able to.
switching on my
There,
video.
it was there, it went off. Connect again.
Now,
No.
sir, I'll click such a photo and send you.
Yeah, send it,
Or
share it.
else, yes, sir. One second.
Share it right. Vedant, show me yours.
Sir, the distance traveled by this one, the wall will be mute, sorry,
Ah,
UT.
that will be UT, correct. But what is that T to do? That T has got some purpose, which is what I want to diverge more on. If you can decode what is that T. Yes. Vedant,
Yes, sir.
you sure? Show the schematic diagram quickly, Vedant.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a second.
Okay, I can see. Okay. What has taken VT Vedant? VT.
So VT is the distance traveled by the wave
No,
in time
again, you
t.
are missing the point. All of you are missing the point. Vedant, what was T? Or Krish, what was T in the previous derivation of ours? What did I tell you? What was the objective of taking T?
So T is an
What?
arbitrary time.
Which is to do what? To relate to
Sir,
what?
yes, sir. So if you take tau, the collisions are complete. So T,
Don't want out. I'm asking for what was T taken? What was the rider which T was serving? Tell me that.
yeah, so such that C naught has just completed the collision and C1 is about to collide.
Yes, good, good. C not, wherever it may be. That was not the purpose. C1, I told you. I told you something on C1. I want all of you to repeat it. What did I tell you about T? What is that time to reflect? What is that time to relate to? Come on, dear, all of you. What was that time suggestive of? What was T? I didn't take T in air. I took T for some purpose. What was that T suggestive of? Yes, please, Adesh.
Sir, C1, sir, bounces off this screen.
Yes. You can say just it has hit or it has just bounced off the wall. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you are to draw parallel to what you have done. That is what I wanted. I wanted a replication of it. So what you have to do? You have to take again time t. You have to take time t again. And what is this time to reflect? This time is to reflect the same, which is what? C1 will meet the wall.
Okay.
So where
So
was
twice.
C1? Where was C1 to be seen? At t equal to 0 first. At t equal to 0, C1 was to be seen over here. And where was the wall? Wall and C0, they were at a place. This is for me, as you know, the old lambda, correct?
Do I have to share my screen?
No, it's okay. This is to me the old lambda. Now I have taken u. I have taken u to be the speed of wall and then the arbitrary time. What is that arbitrary time to us? That is the time when C1 will meet the wall. Agreed, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So, where will the wall be after time elapsed t? Wall will be over here. What will be this distance? As you know, will be ut. And where is C1? The entire purpose for the course being C1 should make a collision. It is making a collision. Now, someone will help me on what this distance is to be marked. How much shall
Sir,
I mark
VT
this
plus UT.
distance? Yes, please.
VT plus UT.
Oh, how come VT plus UT? How come VT plus UT? This is C1's initial position
The
and this
lambda
is C2's final position. Time that you have accorded is T. From where will U feature? This is the speed with which compression is moving. So in time t, compression will move what distance? V into t. What has got compression to do with u, dear? Okay, Adesh.
Sorry, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now
Sorry.
tell me, what about
Yeah,
C
yeah.
naught? What about C naught? C naught got reflected at t equal to 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
C
sir.
naught reflected at t equal to 0. So C naught will travel what distance? From its initial position, which is this, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It will move backwards by what distance? Vt, agreed? Agreed. Check it out
Yes,
here.
sir.
We distinguish. This is C1's initial. This is C naught initial. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the schematic diagram clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And Adesh and Pratyush, clear or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good enough. Now, lambda, as you all know, will be this time, this distance. Agreed? Check it out between C naught and C1, correct?
Yes, sir.
They are previous, not the pink ones, but the white ones, correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is new lambda, lambda prime. Tell me, dear, what do you write lambda prime equal to? Lambda prime.
Sir is equal to VT plus UT. This
Plus
case.
ut. Right, Adesh? Good. Lambda prime is Vt plus ut. And what be lambda? Lambda
VT.
is correct.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yes.
Vt
Yes, sir.
Minus 2.
minus ut,
Minus 2.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So lambda is Vt minus ut. Next, frequency, as you know how to find, Tell me what will be the final equation.
So you will get v minus u by v plus u u naught.
Okay. Okay. So v divided by lambda prime. Lambda prime is v plus u
Plus,
into t, correct?
yes, sir.
And
Yes.
v is by v divided by b minus u, right here. B plus u, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
Whole
sir.
into
Yes, sir.
lambda, right here. Check it out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What we end up getting is v minus u divided by v plus u whole into f naught. Where what is f naught? Frequency of tuning fork. Agreed?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now further it to a person who is holding the tuning fork. What he will hear? What will he register? Come on, tell me, dear. Let's say tuning fork is moving now with Vs. Tuning fork is moving with Vs. Is it okay?
Yes,
Tuning
sir.
fork or the
Yes, sir.
person who is holding it is moving with what speed? Vs. Got it, dear?
So can I tell
Yes,
the
sir.
can
So
I
the
tell the
person will register what frequency? The person is moving towards wall. And you know how the wall is to act. How is the wall to act? Once you
so
have taken motion into consideration, what you are to say about wall, you know that very well, correct?
yeah, it'll act as a
Yes.
source.
In adherence to the precedent set, in adherence to the precedent set, you know what the person is doing. The person is moving towards a source, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
that source is moving or is at rest.
That shows the
Sir,
rest.
it's at
Source is
rest.
at, and it is permeating what frequency?
That new.
V
So v
minus
minus
u
plus nu naught.
Very good.
into F.
So tell me what be the equation?
Nu is
V plus or minus?
so v minus vs.
So V minus Vs.
How minus? How minus? Who is the observer? Who is the observer? Who is the observer? The
Tuning
person
fork.
who is
So
holding
the
tuning fork. What is he doing? Is he moving towards the source or away from source?
Away.
What are
the
you
towards
all saying?
the towards.
What are you saying, Adesh? Who is the observer here? The person who is holding the tuning fork, yes or no?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not yes, sir. After a poke, yes, sir, doesn't work with me. V plus Vs divided by V. Now the source. What is to do source? Wall. And wall, as you know, will be treated to be at rest, correct?
Yeah.
So V plus Vs, this multiplied with which frequency?
So V minus U by
U.
V plus U.
Yes. V
Into
minus U divided by V plus U into F naught.
yeah.
So V minus U divided by V plus U into F naught. It is not about moral equivalence. That in the previous case was V plus Vs. In this case will be V minus Vs. We are not working on that principle. We are working on what we are getting physically. So what we get to see, this the equation this time, right? Yeah. Please check
Yes.
the difference. Different line only in this term, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this was an important point, very important point to be dealt with, and you will get questions on this. Please check, and from here I further to a question on Doppler's effect.
So one
Question
doubt.
from Ayurdo.
So one doubt.
Yes, yeah.
Both the velocity, both the source and this one are moving the same direction. So won't it be v minus?
Which source? What source?
So this So this latest frequency which you found out, the one at the top. Sir, I don't understand how it became V plus.
Which V plus?
So there, sir, on top.
What will it
So
be? What it should be?
I thought it's V
What?
minus.
Why?
So because both are moving the same direction.
What do you mean by both? Explain both.
The wall and the source. The wall and the
Is the wall
observer, sir.
moving? Is the wall? Which is the source? What is the source?
So the wall.
The wall is the source. Is the wall moving?
No.
Then how many times will I shout at the top of my voice? I shouted 10 times or I've lost the count. Shouted at my lungs out that once you have assumed that these are the equations, then wall is doing the source and source is at rest, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
So source is at rest and you're moving towards it. What will you write?
V plus V, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now next, write down. A train is moving. A train is moving on horizontal track. This is a question which we will further, because in Eurido, what being asked is slightly suboptimal. I'll be going to the next step on this question, so please be very careful about it. A train is moving on horizontal track. A train is moving on horizontal track. Sounding frequency F naught. I presume, and very strongly so, that you are all solving Iridov. In case you are not, please don't live in any illusion that you will be able to see yourself through IIT mains, let alone advance. Let me talk as turkey as I can. If you are not, you are shooting your foot. You are, by the time you are to take ITJ examination, through IE Rudolph, so as to cement your understanding. If not, you are living in illusion. Please come out of it to the earliest.
Sir, we are.
Make no bones about saying so. I make no bones about saying so. You be in XYZ, N number of institution, not even single will work, including this. Including this. Let us call spade a spade. It will not work if you have not solved it. So whatever time it is asking for, it is deserving of that time. Please get it the time. You are in no paucity of time. You are blessed to get time. Coronavirus is bad for others, but for you it is a blessing. For us it is to a great extent a blessing in disguise.
Yes, sir.
To majority of people, it is blessing in disguise. It is blessing from heavens. God has blessed us. We wanted to live this life which we have got. So now no complaints. You have time, utilize it and make the best of it. Please solve Ayurveda. Solve it. This is the time that you are getting. Without of solving, there is no glimmer of hope. It is only dark, long tunnel for you. So in
Sir,
the course that I'll be
I have
taking
one
KVPY,
question.
or I'll be taking KVPY for that matter, whichever course I'll be enrolling or you'll be enrolling for, it will be only and only questions, no theory. Questions of IRDO, questions that I am having in my repository. Majority will be 20% or 30% will be from IRDO, but also from my repository. So it will be only question, only question. Question morning, question evening, day in, day out, we'll be solving questions. Yes, Adesh, you are saying something.
Sir, when I'm solving I read off, sir, I spend at least 35 minutes on each sum. After that, sir, since it takes too much time, I see the solution sometimes, sir. Is it good or should I spend
35
more
minutes,
time?
are you able to see in that 35 minutes through the sum?
Sir, it depends on the sum, right? Because now some sums
30
are not able
the
to.
time that you will allocate, no problem. 35 minutes is not an inordinate time. Is it okay? Can you hear
Yes,
me
sir.
clearly? 35 minutes, according to a question of your door, is in no way inordinate time. It will ask for it. And irrespective of you meeting the end of question or not, those 35 minutes and write it down. It is writing in stones. Those 35 minutes will pay you.
So, but not all the questions are very difficult.
Investment. It may not
Yes,
appear
sir.
to you. You may feel demotivated. You may feel that you have wasted 35 minutes, but you don't know in your subconscious, those 35 minutes are to pay you back big time.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So it is very deserving of 35 minutes. Yes, if it is going